Hi everyone, thanks for joining. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me and my very homemade review channel. Please don't be afraid to like and subscribe, comment and boost this little channel. And if you have any suggestions or film reviews yourself, please get in contact and my email address is in the description. So today's choice, you could say, was a marriage of convenience. Like most of us, time is rarely on my side. I have a 9 to 5 and family commitments. So finding the opportunity to watch as many films as I was like was not always easy. And this time I woke up far too early and I had a couple of hours to spare before I started work. For some reason, when time is pressing, I always head for Netflix. I think in part this is down to the easy to navigate interface, as opposed to Prime, which I do think actually has a better film selection, but it's always a nightmare trying to find anything on Prime, and I didn't really want to spend 30 minutes endlessly scrolling. So I went onto Netflix and within 4 clicks I'd spotted Woman of the Hour, and then straight to see what the running time was, and it was a glorious 1:38, so that would do nicely. I love it when I come to a movie knowing absolutely nothing, and if it wasn't for the cover I couldn't have even told you who was in it, let alone what it was about. In a world of adverts, tweets and plot spoiling trailers, I find it really refreshing sometimes to come to a movie having no idea what I'm about to watch. So what's it all about? Well, the movie is based very loosely on the real stranger-than-fiction tale of when real-life serial killer Rodney Alcala made his now infamous appearance on the 1978 show The Dating Game. This is where he came into contact with the contestant Cheryl Bradshaw, played wonderfully by Anna Kendrick. The film tells the parallel stories firstly of Cheryl and her struggles trying to make it on her own, which she clearly states was her choice actually, as she's trying to fully commit to her ambition of breaking into the entertainment industry of the late 1970s LA. The overt message played out by Cheryl was one of isolation and constant danger to women posed by men. I think the relevant quote here is by Margaret Atwood, who said, "Men are afraid that women will laugh at them. Women are afraid that men will kill them." And as to me, I think this is the heart of the film. Cheryl's story also shows her struggles with both the inherent sexism and objectification of women, not just in that industry, but throughout the society of the 1970s. While in a parallel character arc, we meet Rodney Alcala, subtly performed by Daniel Savato, a long-haired photographer in the middle of his horrific murder spree. It speaks to his narcissism and the arrogance of psychopaths that he's in the middle of this circle of violence against women, and he chose to make an appearance on the dating game show, and he was selected. The film then changes pace a bit as the two leads after the show agree to have a drink together. It is only then that Cheryl realises Rodney isn't who he seems to be. This film is Anna Kendrick's directorial debut, and I think she really nails it here. To me, this is a perfect example of how to effectively tell a story without relying on camera trickery, gimmicks or the usual tropes. The film's timeline jumps around as the viewer follows a few different strands, which each focus on a different woman. This gives you a very real sense of who Rodney is and the danger he presents to women he comes into contact with. While the murders themselves aren't actually shown on screen, instead the film focuses on Alcala's initial encounters with the women and the moments leading up to the killings. To me, this device makes Rodney all the more sinister. For me, this allows the film to focus more on character than on shock and gore, without sanitising the more horrific elements. The acting was on point without falling into showboating or over-the-top territory, and the performance of Alcala to me was standout. It's very difficult to play bad without overacting. This was a subtle but very sinister performance that left me on edge every time he was on screen. If I did have any criticism, it would be that I thought the film occasionally fumbled in its balancing of its overt feminist critique, which screamed throughout the movie with its more traditional thriller storytelling aspect. I think it was a case of message, story, and then some more message again. But at least Kendrick's message is clear. The threat to women isn't limited to dark alleys and serial killers. It's present in all those seemingly mundane interactions, woven into the way that women move through the world always on high alert. Sure, this is clearly a reworking or a reimagining of the actual events, but most films based on real life are. This is a solid story told really well without any modern day trickery or tropes. To me, a solid and respectable 4 out of 5. As always, thanks very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe and help me grow this little channel. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.